So you decided to use YouTube and video to build your network marketing business. Well, you're about to learn the 7 strategies and tips that I believe are the most important things to secure your success on video. So stay tuned. Hello, my friend. My name is PEtrovick, and for the past 20 plus years, I've been teaching, coaching, and training people how to generate more leads, make more sales, and recruit more reps so they can build the quality of life that they want. Probably one of the best tools that you could utilize today for creating leverage for yourself is video. And not just any video, but YouTube. There's lots of different platforms, but YouTube is the #2 search engine out there. And a lot of people go to YouTube, billions every single day, to learn something, study something, be entertained about something, or be inspired about something. Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about 7 things I believe you need to do to ensure your success as you use video on YouTube. Tip number 7, smile. You know, the energy that you bring on video is really, really important. And if you've ever read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which I absolutely love that. I actually did a video series on the whole book recently. One of the key things he says in that book to get people to like you instantly is to smile. Now, don't be weird and smile all the time and you're talking like this and say, okay, in today's video we're gonna do this. No, it's your energy. I want you to smile, I want you to be natural, but I want you to have fun with it too. You know, I wore this shirt for a very specific reason. You know, learning how to get good on video is not a sprint. You're not gonna do it overnight. It's a long run, it's a marathon, it takes time. You can do this. Trust me, you can do this. I'm sure you can talk to people all day about things that you want to talk to, but know that when you're on camera and people are checking you out, you have 15 seconds to grab their attention. So when you open your video, you need to have a hook, something that grabs their attention, and then you need to look at your energy, and you have to have good energy so that people stay with you. Make sense? Tip number 6. Have something to offer. You know, when you have a YouTube channel, you have a brand. You need to know who your target audience is. And you need to be thinking about what are the struggles and challenges that people have that are in my tribe, the people who follow me. You know, the whole reason I came up with this video is I shot a video yesterday and I got a couple of compliments on, Terry, you're so casual in front of the camera. You make it look so easy. Well, I've got 4 YouTube channels. I've done a lot of videos. My early ones are pretty bad. All uptight. And what I've learned, and it's the same if I'm talking in front of 10 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people, I gotta be me. I want to deliver a message that is on point. And if it's a video, you want to keep that video 5 to maybe 15 minutes. The sweet spot's probably 10 minutes. And you want to talk about solving a specific problem for your audience. Make sense? Tip number 5, setup. You know, I'm not going to go through in terms of the software and stuff. I use Camtasia. I have a Mac. Camtasia is for Windows. There's all kinds of video capturing software. You can use your cell phone to capture video if you want to do that. A lot of people do that and have great success with it. I have this fancy schmancy mic because I had a radio show at one point. That's why I got it. You don't need a fancy schmancy mic. You can use earbuds. You know, everybody's got earbuds, or if you don't have them, you can go get them for, $20, something like that. But all of them have a little microphone on there. So the thing you need to understand about videos is that the audio is more important than actually the video. People need to be able to hear you. And when they can hear a good, crisp voice, they're going to stick with you. A lot of times people will record on their phone and they might be across the room and you'll hear echoes and all that kind of stuff. That's not attractive, and people have a tendency to stage left exit, if they are not really attracted to that. So again, it's your energy, at your mechanics. And you know what I have here is lighting. So I'll turn my iMac here so you can kind of see my lighting. And so I've got, that's Cowboy Studio lighting at Amazon. I got one of those things on each side of me. I also have one of these dealy bobs here. I use this more for my cell phone videos. This is kind of cool. So you can put your cell phone here, and then it's got a little light ring there. And then if you're walking around, you know, you can certainly have good lighting, because lighting is really important when you're shooting videos. So it's audio, it's lighting, and making sure that you have that equipment set up in the proper fashion. Make sense? Cool. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is, how do you stay on track? Well, there's lots of different ways. In order to show you this, I need to jump on my computer. So let's go over there, and I want to show you a couple things. Probably one of the things that people really think they need to have is a script to follow, a teleprompter. Here is a little app that I got called Power Prompter. And if I hit the play button here, I can use this to stay on track. What I don't really like about it is that you're going to see my eyes go down. 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. Almost 5 billion videos are watched every single day on YouTube. So what happens is, I'm not talking to you. I'm going down, I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going up. So I'm not crazy about that. I know some people are really good at reading scripts. I'm not one of those people. The other way that you can do it is you can use slides. So let's look at slides here. What kind of slides? I'm talking about a PowerPoint presentation. So in this example here, this is kind of easy. So this is a presentation I did the other day. It's YouTube for marketers, how to promote YouTube videos for free in 2018. What I like about this is that this actually keeps me on track. And I'll open with probably the whole view of me in the lens, and then I'll go to the slides. And as I'm going through the slides, you're going to see me. I'll have a little outtake of view of me actually in the lower right or upper right hand corner, where you still see me and I interact with you, but I use these to kind of talk about the content that I am delivering. So I like that approach. That's a pretty good approach. Again, not everybody has PowerPoint or Keynote, but this is a cool thing. And again, if you have that, you need some sort of screen capture software. I use Camtasia, but you could use Keynote or any version like that. And there's some free versions out there you can check out on that as well. The next part is text. Now, this is kind of cool. So I have basically a Word document here. And in this Word document, it's got the text that I want to talk about. So I can look at this text and I can have the bullet points in my head, and then I can talk about it. And then the way I'll do that is kind of like I'm doing right now, is I'll have different segments of my video. But if I was just talking about this, I would pretty much memorize those points, have them in my head. I'd say, okay, let's talk about the first strategy on building YouTube. Well, first you need to understand that there's 1.3 billion people on YouTube, and 500 hours are uploaded every single day. This is like crazy. I mean, just imagine the number of views that you can get to see about your product, your business, or whatever it is that you're trying to teach people about. So I'm using the bullet points in this script, and then I'm going to do an end or a transition away from this and say something like, does that make sense? Actually, when I'm doing presentations, I believe when you do a presentation, every presentation shouldn't be a presentation, but it should be a conversation. And a lot of times when people are relatively new, they just have verbal diarrhea. They just go blah, 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 blah. They just do their things. I've learned over the 20 plus years is that when I'm talking to somebody, I want to go down that road, and then I want to pause, and I'm going to say, well, does that kind of make sense? So if you and I are at Starbucks, I would talk about whatever we're talking about. Could be leadership development, could be bringing on a new rep. And I'm going to give you some counsel, and then I'm going to say, does that kind of make sense? Because if it doesn't make sense, I need to go say it again or say it a different way so that you get it. Does that kind of make sense? And then the last way is just to put a piece of paper with just bullets like 1.3 billion or 500 hours or 500 billion, 100 billion hours watched daily. So 3 words, 4 words, and that way you can just kind of like scan up and go talking again. Does that kind of make sense? So again, you want to have a conversation with the person on the other side of the computer screen. That's the whole goal whenever you do presentations, certainly on video. All right, that wraps that one up. YouTube tip shooting number 3 as we do our countdown here. Be kind to yourself and don't stress out about talking on camera. Don't try to be perfect, because you know what? You're not. And if you have a bad hair day, you know, you can do like me and you can wear a hat. Nobody really cares what we look like. We care about what we look like. It's our ego that kind of gets in the way. They're more concerned about the content that you have to deliver. There are guys I know that every video you see, and they've got millions of views, are wearing a hat of some kind. You see women that have, you know, just jeans and t-shirt and just very casual. And then you see the other ones that are dolled up every single time. Again, doesn't really matter. If you're trying to create a brand with somebody who wears a hat or a cowboy hat or hot pink fuchsia all the time, that's cool. You know, if that's your brand, be your brand. But don't worry about necessarily how you look, and don't be overcritical of yourself. We sometimes hesitate to talk in front of people, get on camera, stand up in front of a room and talk to people because we're concerned about how we'll look and how people will judge us. I mean, the number one fear in the world is speaking in front of people. So yeah, I get it. Again, if you haven't, you know, practiced, join Toastmasters or something like that. It's a great course that kind of gives you the ability to practice speaking in public. So again, be yourself. Tip number 2 as we wrap things up. Speak to one person. I'm speaking to you. A lot of times when you see people do videos, they're looking over there or they're looking over there. And I don't know about you, but when I'm talking to somebody and I see that they're really not present in the conversation and they're always going like this, seeing what's going on over there on the other side of the stairway or, you know, over here, it's kind of annoying. So when you're doing a video, whether it's a how-to video, instructional video, inspirational, whatever kind of video, you want to engage with one person, and that person is just on the other side of that camera lens. So make it a habit to look at that. I'm looking at a little green dot on my MacBook or my iMac. And if you're talking to somebody on your cell phone, well, you know what the little lens is there. Look right into that lens. Don't get distracted by things that are going around you. Speak to one person, because when you speak to you, like I'm speaking to you, you and I will have a connection. If you see me talking or looking down when I'm talking, we're not going to have the same connection. So it's a pretty easy thing to do. A lot of people overlook it. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 1, and this is just the way it is. Again, read the shirt. It's about a marathon. You are not going to be awesome in front of the camera in your first video or 2 videos or probably 10. It's going to take repetition, because the more you do it, I mean, the master skill is repetition. I mean, that's kind of what we get good at anything. If you're ballroom dancing, when you first start out, you're going to step on some toes. But at some point, you're going to be able to glide across the floor, and people are going to be stunned on how elegant you look. And people will be impressed on YouTube when they get to hear your content being delivered to them, and you're looking at them right in the eye as though you're sitting across the table giving them some very good counseling and love and support and guidance. So it comes with practice. Be kind to yourself. That's really what I want you to do. Pick a method that works for you in terms of how do you stay on track, whether it's bullet points, whether it's teleprompter, PowerPoint presentations. Know that your setup of lighting and audio is really, really important. So whether you get this is a Blue Yeti mic I got off of Amazon. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I mentioned, please leave me comments below. And I think the more people get to understand how easy it is, and the more they do it, the more you will do it, and the greater following or audience or tribe that you'll end up developing. Always focus on developing and delivering value. That's really, really important. And remember that when you get in front of the camera, to bring it. Have fun with it. Watch your energy. And if you're having a crummy day, Dale Carnegie has this one exercise when I was teaching the course, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He said, if you act enthusiastic, you be enthusiastic. If you act enthusiastic, you be enthusiastic. I can guarantee you, if you stood up right now and jumped around and said, if I act enthusiastic, I'll be enthusiastic, your energy will be much higher. For some people, it's listening to great music, high energy stuff, whatever it is that gets you in the zone so that you're attractive and so that you can feel on point, do that. Make sense? Hey, if you haven't subscribed, I'm delivering content every single day. So go ahead and click that subscribe button on the lower right-hand corner. If you got value out of today's video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And share it with some folks on Facebook or even in other social media platforms. If you got a team member that needs to hear this message, send it to them, baby. And again, any comments you have about anything I mentioned, please leave those comments below. And know that I am here to support you. Again, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and be kind to yourself. You deserve it. It's going to take practice, and you can do this. Trust me, if I can do this, you can do this. My name's PEtrovick. Remember this, my friend. You have a choice. Make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one. Until next time, bye-bye for now.